What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to be doing a little champion showcasing today with a champion that I have tested in a very limited capacity. I literally just tried one thing in arena with her just to make sure I wasn't crazy. But we're going to be looking at High Mother Maud, who was actually the fragment exchange champion. You can come in here, exchange, fragments from, champions that you accrue fragments from, whether it be a fusion or what have you, and you can get you a copy of High Mother Maud. And it doesn't look like there's a limit to how many High Mother Mauds you could get, so you could probably over time get you a +4 High Mother Maud, depending on how many fragment fusions you go for, which you should probably be going for. Solid champion, though, definitely a solid champion. And I only say that because there are very few champions. Well, I'm not gonna say very few, but there are a limited amount of champions that are actually applicable in both PvP and PvE content. Revivers generally are going to be good in both PvP and PvE, but there are a few that have, a skill set that kind of takes them over the top. I feel like High Mother Maud is one of those champions. She actually works very well in the Stone Skin meta because of her kit, and she can also be usable in Hydra for you with her kit as well. So I think that she is a solid champion. Let's go ahead and talk about the kit a bit. We can, maybe look at blessings. We don't have a blessing on her, but we can look at it. Masteries, and we'll probably alter some of this gear a bit from the build that Alpha has on it. Huge shout out to Alpha, my clanmate, for allowing me to hop on his account, first of all, to let me even showcase this. But he's got her in cursed at the moment. We may adjust this a bit so that we can use her in arena a little and then go into Hydra and see what she can do for us. But as far as her kit, on the A1 single target decrease attack, this is actually pretty useful for us in Hydra. You need to get decreased attack up when you need it, especially on the head of Wrath, because that head is going to try to destroy you. You want to make sure you keep decreased attack on that head. So decreased attack on the A1, very solid. Also 80% chance of placing increased attack on the ally with the highest attack for one turn, which can be booked up to 100%. So this is going to be a 70% chance to place decreased attack, which is a pretty good chance. And of course, with Masteries, you can get that up to a 75% chance. On the A2, it's an AoE, has a 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns, then increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, also heals all allies by 20% of her HP. So you definitely want to build her with some decent HP so that you can get the most out of this heal here. I really like the decreased duration of enemy buffs. This works very well against Stone Skin in arena. Could also help you if you get your buff stolen in Hydra. Chances are those buffs are going to have a duration of 2 already. So when they get stolen, you can just, kind of just decrease the duration. It works exactly how a strip would work. But a little more effectively, actually, because I don't believe that decreased duration, it pretty much ignores the 50-50 chance with Stone Skin. Like 50-50, if we look at Stone Skin, right? If we look at Stone Skin, there's a 50% chance of blocking removals or steals. This is decreasing the duration. So you pretty much have a 100% chance to remove Stone Skin, if I understand it correctly. And that is why people were raving over that epic champion. He probably has her on the account. There's an epic void champion that is actually really good, and I believe JR Star was like the first person to really showcase her. And Dricia has this, so she can decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns as well, effectively removing Stone Skin in arena. So High Mother Maud also has this in her kit, and if I understand it correctly, it's just gonna drop the Stone Skin off, and we're gonna test it a bit today as well. So we got through that. She's got heals there, also decreasing duration of buffs, increasing duration of buffs for your team. Solid skill for sure. AoE there. Not sure what her multipliers are like, but I mean, if they're great, that's an added bonus. I doubt they're great though. I'd be shocked if she had really good multipliers as well, and we could build her potentially with a little bit of damage to help us out in Hydra. But on the A3, revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, which is huge because you definitely want to be getting back into the fight if you've lost a champion. So 50% turn meter, huge. If an ally's defense is equal to or higher than their attack, places a 60% increased defense on them for 2 turns. If their attack is higher than defense, grants them increased attack, so you get a bit of a buff as well. There's nothing here about using the skill if, allies have not been revived, but I guess we'll see that in our playtesting if someone dies and we in fact use the A3. On the passive skill, removes one random debuff from all allies at the start of this champion's turn, places a 15% continuous heal buff on the ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn at the end of this champion's turn. So this passive works very similar to like Tuhana Rock, removing a debuff at the start of her turn. So if you do put her in something like a Relentless or something that gives her an extra turn, she's definitely going to be able to keep you going in Hydra very well. I think she's an amazing Hydra champion for sure. Obviously, Tuhana Rock providing more debuffs for us, providing block buffs, providing decreased attack as well. But she does, and a debuff spread. But Maud has the decreased attack. We have a similar passive to Tuhana Rock here, and we get continuous heals as well at the end of her turn. So very similar in that aspect, not in the entirety, but in that aspect, which I think makes her an amazing champion. She has an accuracy aura in all battles, and that is the full of the kit. So definitely a solid champion for sure. You should be pushing fragment fusions if you can, even the ones that aren't good. Try to get some of the frags so that you can be pushing to get her if you have not gotten her already. If you're, mid game, early game, what have you, she could definitely be a champion that boosts your account up. A1 decreased attack, got some heals here, increase your buff duration, decrease the buff duration of the enemies. You get a revive and a bit of buffs here, as well as continuous heal and a cleanse every time she takes a turn. Very, very solid support champion. As far as the masteries, these are the masteries that are currently on her. I might swap this around, try to get the accuracy actually, because I definitely want to be landing decreased attack. I definitely want to also be able to strip stone skin in arena. This is what Alpha had on, when I received the account. So I might not change it. We do have a free reset of the skills, so maybe we will, maybe we won't. But increasing our heals here, that's definitely applicable. Come across to Lore of Steel, that's decent, down to resist. I don't think she's going to need much resist for what we're going to be using her for. She does place a continuous heal and place some buffs, but I don't think she really needs the resist at all, because if you're not building like with high resist, then some resist just doesn't really make much difference with how the game is now. But defense tree, support tree is good. If you're going to be using her primarily in Hydra, you could even go down offense tree, take War Master so you can get some extra damage added to your comp, and try to get extra heals here from support, maybe some extra accuracy as well. So there's a few ways that you can actually go with the masteries on this champion, depending on your account and depending on, where you're going to primarily be using her. If you're going to primarily be using her in arena, then you definitely want to go with defense and support and pretty much take like standard support masteries for a reviver. You could elect to take like timely intervention, which, would get you to that revive even faster if you've just been nuked. Or you can take the accuracy, try to get more acc on her to strip stone skin. It all depends on your account. You're definitely going to have to make this decision based on your account. If you're only going to be using her in like PvE content, primarily Hydra, then you probably want to grab up War Master. You don't need that much accuracy or resist to prioritize these as a T6 on her. I would say definitely take War Master on her and try to get the heals here from the support tree and a little bit of accuracy where you can, as well as Lore of Steel. And you might also elect to take Sniper to increase your chance of placing the decrease attack on the A1. But that is how I would do it. I'm not going to change the masteries right now. As far as the gear, she's pretty much in a Hydra build at the moment. She's in curse set. She does have an AoE here, so she can place Hex for us. She can be the person that places Hex, which is solid because now we're getting Hex and decreased attack on the A1 from her. You could also put her in something like Relentless if you want to capitalize off of her cleanse and her continuous heals as well. That way you can be getting a lot of heals in, cycling back around to, you know, her revive as well. Depending on how like volatile your team is, you could go with something like Relentless, something like 4-piece Merciless, 4-piece Reflex. There's a lot of different ways you can go with supports as far as the gear right now, but Cursed is not a bad set on her, especially if you don't have Hex in your comp already. Someone with a, you know, 3-turn AoE is solid for Hex. She does, you know, have the decreased attack like I've mentioned a million times already in this video. So you're going to be utilizing her as a debuffer a bit. But that's what's on her right now. I may want to adjust some of these pieces. So she has HP percentage glove here with a decent speed roll. Here on the helm, that's actually a decent roll as well. But maybe we can get something that applies a bit more. So let's actually go ahead and filter there. Filter by speed and accuracy. We want to prioritize the speed because we do want her fast enough. And let's just remove the set filters there. Hide sub filters just so we can see what is on the entirety of the account. So as we can see here, we do lose a bit of defense, but we gain a little bit of accuracy and a little bit of speed if we equip that piece. And there doesn't seem to be like too many OP pieces that would really be a game changer for this build. We lose a little bit of defense, which I'm not too concerned about. Here we lose speed. We don't really want to lose speed at all, so I'm probably not going to change this. But decent accuracy on her, decent speed on her. She has some survivability. I would like to get more HP on her, really optimize this build a bit more. So somewhere around 90 to 100k HP, decent defense, 3.5 to 4k, 4.2k defense. Anything over 280 speed would be solid, and around 400 accuracy. I don't want to push the accuracy too much on her because we're going to sacrifice the other stats. And I feel like we do want to take advantage of her revive if we can. So in arena, I'm probably going to use an increased accuracy champion so that we can increase her accuracy. And she does have enough to, in fact, strip the stone skin for us. So I'm not going to push accuracy that much on her. Just something to keep in mind if you are planning to use her in arena and you don't want to build her, you know, to be multi-purpose, or if your gear is just not that good. Probably want to try to go with someone that can provide you with increased accuracy. So this actually, we lose some defense here if we keep this, but it's going to be fine. It gave us only a little bit of speed and HP. Is that worth losing 100 defense? Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. So let's go into arena first because that's going to be the quickest thing to showcase here. And not too many of these teams seem like they have stone skin on. This one, I mean, there's a UDK there, so these UDKs definitely have stone skin. So let's just go here and just see what the strip is like. And we don't really need this Odin in here. Let's actually try to get some damage up. I have no speed lead here. We shouldn't lose the speed race. I'd be shocked if we lost the speed race. But we're going to get increased accuracy from Lady Mikage. This isn't like a meta comp by any means, or even like a fully optimized comp. I'm using the Mikage, though, for increased accuracy. All right, and she strips stone skin there, so that doesn't help us at all. But there's still stone skin on Carnage. So we can use her A2 here and decrease the duration. And there you go. We decrease the buff duration of the stone skin, which helps us out a ton. So let's go ahead and just try to get this team up out of here now, which shouldn't take us any time at all. It's just a UDK. We can go ahead and smack him and beat on to the next fight. Let's actually try to find a team that will guarantee, I know as soon as I see it, have stone skin. All right, UDK as well as Heffrack and stone skin. Most of the increased accuracy champs on this account strip while they place increased accuracy. So with luck, we don't, strip with the Mikage. I could use Lady Kimmy, but she also has a strip on her increased accuracy, which is a bit counterproductive to what we're trying to do, because we're trying to showcase High Mother Maud stripping or reducing the duration. So we have 1 turn stone skin here, 1 turn stone skin here. We use High Mother Maud A2, boom, stone skin gone, right? So you can easily counter the current stone skin meta by using her. We're gonna go ahead and A2 there. Let's go ahead and just sleep there. And her A3, so you cannot use her A3 if someone is not died. All right, confirmed. We use her A1. We can sleep there. Wukong should come back now, but the fight should be over. So very effective. Decreased duration is very effective. Not sure how many more teams on this page actually are going to have stone skin. This team seems like it wants to go second, but it also just seems very weird. So we'll actually try that one. This one seems like it would have stone skin more than the others. We do have a Mathrala here who's in there to cleanse. We got 2 stone skin champs in. We get frozen because Mikage's block debuffs was stolen, so we don't have increased accuracy, but we should still be able to decrease the duration of stone skin right here for sure. Not sure how much resist this mighty Yuko is going to have, but we go in with this A2, decrease duration. It actually did not decrease over there. I didn't see what happened at all. Actually, I was looking at the Yuko because I was thinking the Yuko wasn't gonna get their duration decreased. So I don't know exactly what happened over there. I have to look back and see what actually happened. But let's try and like not get bombed here. Hopefully we don't get bombed here at all. Let's actually swap. Let's actually use Mikage A2. See if we can decrease duration. So we get some bombs on us. That's okay. We get some bombs. We should still win this fight for sure. Not concerned about losing the fight. Go ahead, A2 Siegfried, and get them up out of there. I don't think there's really any. I mean, Duchess here could be in stone skin. I don't know. Anybody in that team would be in stone skin. They could be using Armands in stone skin here. This team is sure to have stone skin. There's a Marishka and Armands. I'm kind of like going in with not the greatest team, honestly. Okay, so no stone skin here, so that this doesn't really help us out much at all. No stone skin here, so High Mother Maud not really contributing a ton here, but we can decrease the duration of this shield, this increased attack that they have on right now. Get rid of some of those buffs. All right, and I probably should have waited because now they have block damage up, and we're gonna get stunned. We could decrease duration there with Mikage. Decreased duration is actually kind of OP, not gonna lie. All right, let's go ahead and sleep there. They still have the counter attack up. As soon as we come back around to Siegfried, we can kill this Mikage. And then we can kill the entirety of the team if they don't kill us. All right, so Siegfried passive. Let's go ahead and revive everyone. We're probably about to get, yeah, I thought he was gonna stun us, but he didn't care to. That's fine. And now we just need to try our best to win. There it goes. There's the stun. Alrighty, and then he kills Siegfried. So now we gotta revive Siegfried. Let's decrease duration again. And this is what happens when you just don't use a great team. Now they have counterattack up. We're gonna attack the Arbiter because I'm not too concerned. We actually get a decrease attack to land. Now we can revive our Siegfried. There. Decrease duration with Mikage there. Try to get some of that counterattack off. Man, the fact that Mikage, what's her name? Marichka just doesn't have a cooldown on her passive is crazy. And I don't think any of these other teams are gonna have Stone Skin. I mean, we could try this team again. Maybe we actually get the increase. Well, I guess the increased accuracy. None of that stuff matters now. All right, so we're just gonna go here, kill here. I probably should have killed. I should have waited again because they're gonna go before us. Sleep here. Go ahead, kill this Marichka. They're gonna revive everybody with some turn meter. We're gonna go ahead and swap forms. Hit them with a stun there, and just go ahead and get rid of them slowly. And it's a GG. So not much more Stone Skin here, but as you can see, it works very, very consistently. If you need to decrease, buff duration, primarily Stone Skin. I don't want to use gems to use a refresh, so that's going to conclude our arena testing. Very effective. Let's go into Hydra. Okay, he has 3 keys here. Not sure what teams he is running. Hydra the Maud, where could she fit in? Let's actually just take out the Thor here. We're gonna run it on Nightmare. We could put Maud in there. And she's gonna be providing us with decreased attack A1, which no one else in the comp is providing decreased attack. So she's pretty much going to be the sole decreased attack champ. Also, decreased duration of any buffs that get stolen. This comp is actually doesn't have any buffs. Almost no buffs other than shield, because Archer's going to place increased accuracy. Yeah, there's pretty much no buffs in this comp. So buffs getting stolen is not really going to be a thing. But High Mother Maud is going to be increasing the duration of our shield, which is helpful. We can also get decreased attack up where we need to, specifically over here. So we get decreased attack on the Head of Wrath, who we need decreased attack on. Otherwise, we will have a very unsuccessful run. So let's go ahead and get Provoke up here. We got that 2-turn Provoke from Archer. And now we can just let it rip with the Acrisias. Now, decreased attack, very, very beneficial debuff to have in Hydra. Increase your survivability tenfold. And now we have a shield up. Let's go ahead and just increase the duration of our shield there. Try to keep that shield up a little longer, but we are going to be getting smacked. So chances of that shield getting broken is actually pretty great. We can cleanse that Provoke with Yugo. Get decreased speed up there. Cycle back around a bit faster because the boss won't be taking too many turns. And yeah, High Mother Maud just, providing us with some heals, providing us with some debuffs as well. You see we have Hex up on every head right now. And I guess that's also due to Archer. Archer places Hex, so kind of don't need High Mother Maud in a Hex set in this type of comp or a Provoke set. So if you want to bring her in, if you already have Hex, if you already have decrease attack, you could bring her in here as a healer, as someone to decrease duration of debuffs as well for you. So helpful in that aspect. She also, her heals are not bad. We don't have a ton of HP on this build, so you're definitely going to want to build her with a lot more HP if you're trying to capitalize more on the healing aspect of her kit. But solid champion nonetheless. I probably should have brought in a more buff heavy comp, because this comp has absolutely no buffs. But we can, I guess, increase the duration of the increased attack as well on the Acrisias. We got shields. We got continuous heals going out from her passive, as well as getting a cleanse every time she takes a turn. So probably relentless, merciless, reflex, like I said, is going to be the best. If you could put her in 9-piece merciless, that would probably be amazing for her. Getting cooldowns as well as getting extra turns so that she can constantly cleanse your team. As you can see, her turn just started. She just removed a debuff from everyone. Solid. Very, very solid. I think that she's going to be a great champ to help out, more people when they get her. A lot of people probably don't have her. I'm sure there's quite a few people that have gotten her, though. But I don't have her on my own account at the moment. We're going to go ahead and hit this decapitated head. Doing some okay damage here. Above the, almost double the boss turn count. So pretty solid, especially against the Head of Torment here. We can go ahead and, get leech up. Oh my god, the Yugo was in a hex set too. I probably should have checked these things. We can go ahead and knock out some of these heads. You can hit the Head of Torment without issue. High Mother Maud will be going soon. She's going to cleanse that True Fear off of the Yugo. So solid champion. Solid champion. Tuhanarok is also already one of the more amazing Hydra champions. So having anyone with a similar passive to that, right? Similar passive to a Doom Priest, if you will, as well. Like a game changer, absolute game changer for Hydra. Because, Shamel comps are great, right? I love a good Shamel comp when it's running, when it's working, when you keep getting the Head of Torment back. Like, yeah, it works out great. But to be able to just have a champion come in and cleanse that fear off of you, that true fear off of you whenever you get it on, and whenever they take a turn, is actually, light years better in my personal opinion. So we're not going to do a full run. Just wanted to come in here and see. And she has true fear on herself at the moment. Everybody has true fear on. It's fine. We can still even smack the Head of Torment. Maud is going to go. Now she just cleared off the True Fear off of that Acrisia. She's clearing some other debuffs. Now, if your team is consistently getting debuffed, like you have, more than 2-3 debuffs at a time on your team, then yeah, her passive is going to help you, but it's not going to be as effective as if, you were just getting that True Fear on you. But nonetheless, still a spectacular champion and could be very beneficial to your account. I didn't mention the blessings at all because we don't have a blessing, but if you're going to be primarily using her in Hydra, then you're probably going to take something like a cruelty or something like that. If you don't already have it in your team, that's probably going to be one of the better ways to go. I don't foresee her doing a ton of damage for us. I also have not checked the multipliers or tested that for myself, but cruelty probably going to be one of the better options, or something to increase continuous heals. We do have one that does that. Also restoring destroyed max HP could also be very useful on her, considering she is a healer, and so you're going to be getting your max HP destroyed in Hydra because of the cleanse head. Also increasing the value of the continuous heal she places with Nourish could be useful, but she only places it with her passive. She's not placing like an abundance of continuous heals unless you're going to put her in a set that's going to provide her with extra turns. So solid champion. Let me know what you guys think about the champion down below for sure in the comment section. If you have already gotten her or you are close to getting her, would definitely love to hear what you guys think about her. I think she's absolutely amazing. I'm going to be definitely going for this next fragment fusion. Maybe even try to get some extra frags so that I can get closer to pulling her on my own account. But huge shout out to Alpha again for allowing me to showcase her. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps me out a ton. Like the video. And until next time, be good and be well.